Hi YouTube. Today I've got part 2 of the travelling knife series with this knife that was provided by Paddy of Paddy's Potato Peelers. So thank you Paddy, it really is a superb knife. Let's start by looking at the sleeve that it comes in. So I think this gives the game away if you can see the logo. Now what I like about this especially is that the sleeve it comes in is really good quality, nice thick leather, and you can see by the wear on it that Paddy's been carrying this quite a lot. So it's great that it's not just a knife to have in a collection stuffed away in a box somewhere. It's great that Paddy uses his knives and takes them out. So you can see the wear. And the good thing about the slip is that it protects the knife inside, because it is such a beautiful knife that you really wouldn't want to get it scratched up. As you may have guessed from the sleeve, this is a Jack Wolf knife, and this is the Javelina Jack. It's the Purple Haze Fat Carbon version of it, and it's a sour belly shape. Where does Javelina come from? Well, you'll see in the picture just here that a Javelina is a collared peccary. It looks like a small wild boar, and the owner of Jack Wolf's knives, Ben Balkin, named this knife after those. I really love the colour of the handle of this. You can see the quality in it as well. So just before we look at the blade, let's just have a look at the fit and finish. You can see that this has titanium liners and a steel back spring with the inlaid carbon on top. Really beautiful. And it's not just beautiful because of the materials, it's beautiful because of the finish. It is absolutely superb. I won't go into too much details about the construction of this because I know this has been covered in some of the other videos, but just having a quick look before we open it, you can see that it's perfectly centered. Let's just pull it. So you can pull it just about with 2 fingers. I'd say it's about a 7 pull. It's got a really good half stop with a nice sound to it, and fully open you can see the full line of the knife now. What I really like about this is that even when it's open, there's hardly a straight line on this. It seems to go from one curve into another all the way around to the tip of the blade. You can see the clip point here, and it's not just a straight clip point, it's got a gorgeous curve to it. It sort of reminds me of the horn of a rhinoceros, and then the blade curves round. There's a notch to make it easier to sharpen this blade, although given the steel I don't think it's going to need much sharpening at all. Looking at the back of the blade, it's really difficult to see where the blade finishes and the liner starts. It's only when you open the blade that you can see it open up. It's got a really good finish, really good fit there. Here we can see the Jack Wolf stamp on the blade. I'll show that a bit closer. And on the reverse, there's details of the steel, which is an S90V. You get a really good view of the blade here. It's a satin finish. You can see the grind marks on it. It's a hollow ground. They've done a great job of starting with 3mm on the back and going down to an incredibly thin edge. Really well ground and really well sharpened along there. Very consistent grind all the way along. So just looking at the sharpness with a post-it note, you can see it cuts through super cleanly. Taking a closer look at the blade, You can see the swedge at the top and the nail nick, that's just on one side. You can really see the gorgeous curve of this clip point. Looking at the grip, it really feels nice in my hand. It's fairly square at the edges, but it just fits nicely. It's a full four-finger grip, and the thumb just seems to naturally rest there. So it makes it very nice for slicing. And just from the feel of it, it's very hard to show on the camera. But because it's so light, because of the carbon fiber and the titanium handle, because it's so light, you're surprised when you pick it up because you think it's going to be heavier. But it's really solid. Because the finish and the fit is so good, there's absolutely no movement in the blade at all. It's a completely solid, nicely made, well, superbly made knife. Let's just do a quick comparison, size comparison with some of the other knives that I have. So comparing it with the Pioneer X Alox, you can see the blade size there. And this feels incredibly heavy compared to the Javelina. Next, I've got my Real Steel Luna. It's a similar size, thin blade, light, but completely different in fit and finish. And then finally, we have the Bokeh Catalyst. So you get a really good feeling of the size of knives. I mean, the bottom three have similar shaped knives, but you can see the quality in this, in the line, in the blade steel. So going from the 440C for the Bokeh, I guess I'll put that next to there. This is just D2 on the Real Steel, and then the SV90 for the SV90 for the Jack Wolf. Looking at this more closely, we can see how gorgeous the lines look from the hollow ground blade. Coming down near the tang, we can see the stamp, the S90V of the steel. Now, I'm sure you know, but S90V is one of the best knife steels. It's got really high wear resistance, high corrosion resistance, incredible edge retention. So this will hardly ever need sharpening at all. I'm sure Paddy hasn't sharpened it since he's had it. It'd just need the occasional stropping. So unless it's abused, this should keep its edge for a really long time. This has an incredible walk and talk. Really solid, really positive. It just clicks into place at the full stop and the half stop. And then back to close. Absolutely brilliant sound. The real sound of a quality knife. So here's the full list of models, as well as the Fat Carbon Purple Haze. There's the Camo Carbon Blaze Orange, the Fat Carbon Dark Matter Green, the Camo Carbon Brittany Blue, and the Natural Canvas Micarta. I've put all of the specs here. I'm just going to pick out a couple of things that we haven't covered. Obviously, it's a sowbelly pattern. Looking at the clothes length, it's 96 millimeters. The blade length is 72 millimeters, so it's UK legal, and the cutting edge is 66 millimeters. The weight is only 66 grams or 2.3 ounces, which makes it really light. And it is made in China, which is really interesting because the fit and finish and construction is just really good. So my thoughts overall. Well, it's a super quality knife, as you'd expect for the price. It's 10 times as expensive as my Real Steel Luna. So you would expect this. So it's retailing at around about £300, $300 at the time this video was made. It is made in China, but it's been made absolutely perfectly, excellent quality, and I really like it that it's a modern take on a classic pattern like the sowbelly. So absolutely love it. I am incredibly envious of Paddy for owning it, but I'm really thankful that he's lent it to me to do a review on. So I hope I've done it justice. It is just a superb knife. So this will be going on to Steel City Knives next, and then after that to Sussex EDC, and hopefully to Gadget Gus. If you haven't already, check out the video from Slipjoint Sawyer, so he reviewed it first. And thanks again to Paddy's Potato Peelers. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. It really lets me know that I'm making the right sort of content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.